Hello everyone, welcome to another video. During the month of May, there is a challenge on Instagram called Me Made May, which encourages sewists and knitters to wear and share their handmade items. When I first began making my own clothing a few years ago, Me Made May introduced me to lots of new creators, lots of indie, both sewing and knitting pattern designers, so much inspiration for my own sewing and knitting projects, and for how I wanted to curate and cultivate my handmade wardrobe. This year, 2024, I decided to participate in Me Made May by wearing a handmade outfit every day and by documenting it in a quick reel on Instagram. Of my current wardrobe, I would say that the majority of the pieces are handmade at this point. I've been actively sewing and knitting for three, about 3 years now. So the challenge for me wasn't to find things to wear as much as it was to try and cultivate new outfits, make different combinations of things in my wardrobe, and also the challenge of sharing an outfit every day. I thought it would be interesting to take a look at this past month and see what I learned from both choosing a fully handmade outfit to wear every day, but also sharing it, documenting it, and yeah, see what I took away from the process. The biggest thing that I took away from choosing a handmade outfit to wear and share every day for a month is that I truly value comfort over everything else. I have some lovely handmade items that are great for more formal or special occasions, but they aren't the items that I choose to wear on an everyday basis. This aligns with my current situation in life where I work from home and I have two small children. And so when I'm choosing outfits, I really gravitate towards comfortable, often oversized garments that are easy to move around in and that are breathable. Um, I do have some garments that are made from synthetic fibers in my wardrobe. However, I found that most days I'm reaching for cotton, linen, breathable, loose, comfortable outfits. And while I think that's in large part affected by my current day to day life, I do also think that it's part of my personal style, and that if I were in a position where I went into an office every day, I think these things would still be true, that I would gravitate towards natural fibers and looser, more oversized silhouettes. Another trend that I noticed in this month of documenting my outfits is that I tend to gravitate towards solid colors. Now, I do have some prints in my wardrobe, um, but they're not what I reach for every day. I typically go for neutral outfits with maybe one pop of color or a fully monochromatic outfit. And when looking back through all the little clips and photos that I took throughout the month, that really stood out to me. There's very little pattern, not in my wardrobe, but in what I choose to wear. Something else that I took away from documenting my outfits every day is that it is far easier for me to take a little 30-second to a minute long video clip of me in the outfit, let's say tucking in a shirt or doing up a button, and then from that, splicing together like a 10 or 15-second video to show the outfit. That is far, far easier for me than trying to take a photo that I like. Um, I learned very quickly during this process that I wanted it to be something that I could integrate into my day that didn't take up a lot of time or effort, that I could do really quickly, get dressed, document it, move on with the day. As I said, I do have two small children and there's a lot to do. So I found that it was a lot easier to take a little video clip and then edit it together into a short video. And if I tried to take a good photo, it took much, much longer. The amount of time, it was kind of frustrating. So, yeah, that's a little tip if you're interested in trying to document your daily outfits. Just take a little 30-second video. You can always do like a screen grab from a particular part in the video if you like the certain pose or look, and then have a photo from that. But you'll also have the ability to see the outfit in motion, which I think is really helpful. Um, so, yeah, I think as far as sharing daily outfits, for me personally, doing a quick little reel was a much more realistic and sustainable way to participate in the Me Made May challenge every single day. Another social media takeaway from participating in Me Made May this past month is that it helped me to just feel less precious about the whole thing. I think initially, when I started sharing my handmade garments and outfits on Instagram, I really wanted to get a good photo. I wanted the garment and myself to look nice, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to only share things that looked the way that I wanted them to. And I think that sharing every day, and particularly sharing these quick little reels every day, really helped me to just kind of relax about the whole thing. And the way that people interact with reels on Instagram is just a scroll, a quick scroll, and then it's gone. And yes, they are saved to your reels page, but they come and go so quickly and there's so many of them that it just helped me to relax and document the outfit. I didn't need to look perfect. The outfit didn't need to look perfect. The act of just showing up every day, I felt to be really helpful and helped me relax about the whole thing and enjoy it a lot more. And also, it's much more realistic, right? I think the social media to life disparity is quite large sometimes. And so it made it feel more real, and yeah, it was much more enjoyable when I just relaxed about the whole thing and did a quick little video and moved on with the day. So, something to take away as well. I also discovered a few new accounts on Instagram, individuals that share their showing and their sewing and knitting projects that I hadn't come across before, which is really great. And I think that the fact that there's this hashtag, right, the Me Made May hashtag on Instagram, really does help you find new people to connect with and have conversations with about a craft that you're really passionate about. So I think it's a really cool way to, if you're new to the sewing and knitting online community, to find people that are really inspiring and kind and will share information and helpful tips. So I think that's another reason that participating in Me Made May has been so helpful to me in the past. And it's part of the motivation for me now that I've got a lot more sewing and knitting experience under my belt to share, is to hopefully help other people find things that are inspiring to them that they would love to make too. Overall, I really enjoyed participating. I really enjoyed the personal challenge of documenting my outfit every day. It's given me a lot of insight into what I'm actually wearing from my closet and things that, maybe I'm not gravitating towards as much, and that will help me inform future decisions about what I make and what I choose to wear and what I choose to purchase. So I think that it's really helpful to have a period of data to look at and to look back on and see, which things that I chose to wear more than once. I definitely have enough items in my wardrobe that I could have worn an entirely unique outfit every day for the, 30 days. But I did choose to rewear items that are comfortable, that I'm excited about wearing. Maybe they're newer makes, and so I wanted to wear them more often. And I really enjoyed combining things, putting items together that I hadn't paired together before to create new outfits. That was a lot of fun too. As I mentioned before, I also felt really inspired by seeing all of the creations and outfits that other people have made and that they shared. It's so crazy to me, like the variety and the amount of skill that some of these people have, with sewing and knitting their own garments. And it really opens your eyes up to what is possible. And it inspired me a lot to create. I actually made a few brand new items during May, and the act of documenting my outfit every day, the act of being online more, honestly, and seeing more of what people were sewing and knitting, it really did inspire me to sew and knit more. And I felt really creatively energized by the challenge, which is something that I didn't anticipate. I honestly, I sort of went into it thinking it would kind of become a slog a little bit, that I wouldn't want to do it every day. Certainly days where I didn't feel like getting dressed, but then I just chose to share realistically. I'm gonna wear a really loose, comfortable outfit today that happens to be handmade. I didn't always have to feel done up, if that makes sense. And yeah, I felt very inspired to make things, and I made a few new items. So that was a lot of fun too. I think going forward, probably won't document in the same way that I did this time. I think that doing a reel every day was something that felt doable for me at this point in my life, at this during this time. It was something that I was able to do and that I enjoyed doing. I do think going forward, I'll probably, instead of doing that, do a sort of weekly roundup where both outfits that I enjoyed wearing during the week, maybe not every day, alongside projects that I've been working on during that week. And I think that because I did it this year every single day, and I will have all of that information and all of those posts to go back and look at later, I think that going forward, I'll probably switch it up and do more of a weekly recap to kind of summarize what I wore, what I was making, what I was enjoying. And that's probably how I will approach it going forward. Another takeaway, something that I noticed looking back through all of these outfits, is that, and I sort of touched on it before, that I chose to re-wear some items as opposed to picking a different outfit that was purely for the sake of uniqueness. I think seasonally, there's a lot of impact as well on what you're wearing, right? I'm not wearing my heaviest winter sweaters that I've hand knit. I'm not wearing the warmer shirts and pants and jackets that I have handmade as well. This May has actually been quite warm. We've had a lot of rain, but we've also had lots of days in the upper 80s Fahrenheit. So, yeah, I think that the spring summer clothing definitely gets highlighted more during Me Made May. And I think it might be fun to do a similar challenge for myself where I try to wear a handmade outfit every day in the winter, for instance, or in the fall, because of course I would choose different items. So that was something that kind of came to my attention as well, that it's very seasonal, right? And I have a lot of items that I've made that are for other seasons. I think a final takeaway that I noticed in getting dressed every day and documenting it is that while I don't have a lot of ready to wear pieces in my wardrobe, I noticed that when I wanted to wear the ones that I do have, I chose not to in favor of having a fully me-made outfit. So, for instance, I have a pair of Levi jeans that they're a men's cut and they're loose and comfortable, and they're kind of my wear around the house pair of jeans. They're comfortable enough to lounge in, because they're loose and baggy. And I typically wear those a couple times a week at home with my kids. And I chose not to wear them because I was trying to wear jeans that I have made or skirts or other things that I have in my handmade collection of garments. So I think going forward as well, as I mentioned, maybe doing a weekly roundup instead of a daily in the future, I think I would probably choose to include those ready to wear items that I do get a lot of wear of, particularly because I don't have many of them in my wardrobe. Most of what I have are things that I've made, and the few items that I have purchased that get a lot of wear of, I should document that as well, right? So that's something that I'm going to consider in the future too. Let me know in the comments if you participated in Me Made May over on Instagram this year. Feel free to leave your little handle, your profile name over there so that we can all connect with each other on that platform as well. I would love to see the garments that you have sewn and knit. And, I sometimes I feel it's a little bit easier to talk to people via Instagram. Of course, I love to talk with you guys in the comments as well. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you feel inspired to create new outfits with the items that you have made. If this video was at all helpful to you, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button below. It really does help out my channel, and I will see you in the next one.